has been lost to prosperity. They will never reoccur. I'll probably record, the other one or the content again, just so it's in there. But the back and forth and the usual lively banter will not be there for directory webinar number 31. But anyway, welcome to directorywebinar.com number 32. Today we're going to be talking about lead funnels. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and jump into some updates for that BD went over yesterday. So let me switch to the screen sharing view here. Everybody see that?
Yep.
All right. Oops. So actually, let me get out of this. I'm going to escape out of this because I have my notes on the screen. All right, there we go. Okay. So one of the things that does everybody still see the screen, or did I just kick out of that?
No. Yes.
Okay. So a couple of things that they went over yesterday in the design settings. You guys may have noticed that they've been changing some of the look around. So for those of us who are in here all the time and have a mental memory of where everything's at, it's been a nightmare. But for everybody else who hasn't used it that much, I think it'll be a welcome addition. Basically, they've been kind of segmenting stuff out a little bit better. There had been stuff kind of around just kind of randomly placed as they started adding stuff. So they kind of did a broad brush start from scratch, add everything back into kind of sections here. So you'll see some new stuff on general settings, some new round buttons and stuff for the coloring. You'll notice that everything's segmented out a little bit better, like for the button colors, instead of having them stacked with pull down menus and stuff. They're right next to each other where here's the background, here's the text. So I think the overall layout has really improved on this stuff. Let me go ahead and I'm just going to mute everybody real quick here to make sure we're not hearing some dishes in the background here. So if you guys want to unmute yourself, go ahead and do that at any time. So what we're going to in the background here, again, there's just some new stuff, new look and feel, I think, which is a welcome sight for some of those things. And so there's a couple different settings that they've added in here. So I just want to kind of guys show you this one. There's now an enable shadow effect for the content boxes. And it used to say modules. So if that's what you're familiar with, that terminology is now just called content boxes. But it's basically all the stuff with the gray backgrounds, right, that would normally be on your website. So enable shadow effect. This is what it used to look. So I'm logged into my dashboard here. You notice these are the modules, and there's just a little outline there. What the shadow effect does is it basically adds shadow here to the page. So if you notice, see how the little shadowing, it kind of makes all the boxes look just a little bit more 3D and stand out. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth on the pages here just to kind of show you the difference. So there. Let me scroll up so we're looking at the same thing. So there's shadow, no shadow, shadow, no shadow. That's all that button does, but it may be very faint for you to see what that is and not know what it is, but that's what it is. It does just add that little 3D, that kind of new, cooler, standout effect, more 3D. So that's what that is, and does a cool little effect there if you like the shadow. The other thing that they added on here was a new thing for the parent features. And so if you go into the actual, I'm switching over to my local site here on the finance and membership plans and the post-publishing. This is, again, a membership level. But if you have the add-on for sub-accounts, they now have these options here. A hide parent sub-account. What that does is normally if you log in as a sub-account in the admin, it'll say up in the corner here by your icon, it'll say this is a sub-account of somebody else. So you can turn that on and off. And that was already there previously, but maybe new enough where you guys weren't aware of that one. And this is the new one that they added, a show sub-account tab on parent's profile. So I just went to this one just to kind of show you what this would do on my site. I have a pizza place here. There's like 5 locations. I got them all on here. The original location. So you notice right now there's no tab for the subcategories. I don't know that this pizza place has additional locations, right? To, again, the membership level that the parent would be on, and you click the show sub-account tab. What it's going to do, I'm going to refresh this here. It's going to add a tab here for the sub accounts on the parent's account if they're logged in. So now you see there's a sub account tab on here. And so if they name that just like normal for whatever you want it to be, but now we know if we click on there, you can then see all of the sub accounts, or in this case, other pizza that are in your directory. So you could do this for if you had a bunch of lawyers, or you had a real estate agency, or anything with multiple things on there that you can now have. It's almost like having a different feature, but it's basically, instead of a multiple posts, it's basically multiple listing accounts that are just sub accounts under your main one. So I think there's going to be a lot of use for that one as well, and it may very well be something useful for you on your site. All right, they had a couple other items that they added on there, but those were a couple back end things that they added that were pretty good. Anybody else watch the webinar, get anything out of yesterday that they want to talk about or want to re-see at all? I know there's a couple other ones, and I actually deleted my note apparently on everything that they went over. So let me see if I have it in my photos here. So there's a couple other ones, but those were some of the bigger items, and I don't have it in there. All right, so today we're going to talk about the landing page stuff. Did anybody get a copy of the video or the recording software last week? Was anybody able to use that, or have any use cases for that from last week?
Yeah, Toby here. I used it straight away. I've used it like half a dozen times, and it works well. Okay,
great. Now, what were you using it for? And so this is what I'm talking about here. Last week, a few lucky people there that were on the webinar last week got a free subscription to this, a Berrycast. We went over screen recording, so we're talking about doing landing pages, right, where you're going to explain a conversion funnel, or you're going to explain something to your users. You can put that on your particular website, and it's just a screen recording software. So anyway, Toby, what did you end up using it for? Just for a customer, or just for your own use for later, or what were you doing?
No, I was building out some of the virtual tours that we're doing with one of the companies that I'm working with, and I used it from a support point of view to showcase what I was trying to show him, what I was trying to do.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the great thing about all these digital tools usually is that there's multiple uses for it, right? So Toby was using it as a support type of thing to record a screen and or his voice and be able to put that out to a customer again. And the other use case we showed last week was how to record a video and then embed it on your BD page so that you can actually put a how-to video or a hey, join our team, or hey, for a limited time you can do X, Y, or Z, and you can add that on your webpage. So again, not totally on it, but software will be part of our baseline directory toolkit subscription once we get that going. Yeah, Toby?
I'll certainly use it to create tutorials that we'll have on a frequently asked questions or whatever support link somewhere.
Hey, a couple quick questions in regards to that. This is Scott.
Yeah. That's Scott.
Is that sorry, I didn't see last week. Is that Berrycast? Is that similar to Dub?
Yeah, it's similar to Dub. It doesn't have Dub is obviously that's what I use. I went over that last week as well. Dub is more of a marketing platform, I would say, where it has calls to action. This also has a landing page, for each video, but that one's more of a marketing business oriented thing. This one's more of just a screen capture video. And it has some landing page where you can add comments back and forth. But I'd say Dub is, we talked about this last week, each one of these has their own strengths and weaknesses, right? Dub is really oriented for marketing, I guess. So it doesn't have all of those different features in there. It's not quite as robust as that one, but it's a lot less expensive too.
The main thing that this one has, which I haven't found in any of the others, and you highlighted it last week, Ryan, is that it has a pause pause functionality. So if you forget what you're talking about, or you want to go off and open up a web browser and it's taking longer than it should, you can put it on pause and come back to it.
Gotcha. I'll go back and read that. Or watch that one, Ryan. One last quick question. Do either
actually you won't, because I forgot to hit record last week. So that is actually the of the 31 that we've done. That was the only one I forgot to hit the record button for. So you will not be able to do that. But
you happen to do it on Groundhog
I'll
Day?
record the major parts of it again. But go ahead.
All right. So then the question that I won't have answered by watching it. Is, do either Dub or Barry, if I'm going through and creating a screencast or whatever, and part of my screencast is a YouTube video that I want to show, will the screencast record the audio from that video as well, or does it just show the visual and default to the audio that I'm feeding?
Okay, those are actually two great questions, and those ironically are the two other features that Barrycast has that most of the other ones do not. So it has inline recording, so it will actually record the audio from your computer as opposed to your microphone. So it will actually record the audio coming through the computer. And then, so this one, if you actually record on Barrycast, in the bottom, it'll have two audio sources. It'll have the inline computer audio and then your microphone audio. You can turn both or one or the other off. And then in terms of the video, the other piece of that, it has this is one of the few that have the drag and drop recording. So if you're doing your whole screen, but the video is only on part of it, you can actually drag and drop and record full resolution, just that portion of your screen that's playing the video or whatever. So you could technically have something on the other half of your screen that you're looking at or whatever, and only be recording the other half. And it'll kind of blow it up to the full video with just part of your screen. So, Toby, I'm glad you were able to use that. All right, so let's go jump into the stuff for today. We're going to be talking about basically squeeze pages or lead pages. So we'll go ahead and watch our squeeze page, what the funnel intro video here from ClickFunnels here to kick us off.
Main page, there's countless names, but they all have the same names.
Okay, I'm in attendance now. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the banter.
All right, let me see.
Now, email is where it's at. Email, right? It's still hip.
Right.
And before you say, okay, boomer,
It is.
I'm a millennial, and
Yeah, I got to get in the mind of the last, because I had to close, I accidentally closed these windows. I'll pull it back up the document.
All right, mute Rich, because he's coming on the audio. All right, we'll retry this again. Rich, mute your microphone when you jump on. Although he does do that every week. All right, here we go. Let's start over.
This name, the same purpose: to provide potential customers with value and get them to join your email list. Now, email is where it's at. All right, it's still hip. And before you say, okay, boomer, number one, I'm a millennial, and two, in most cases, industry-wide, email sells more than social media. It's a business medium. It's a transactional medium. It's a personal medium. So no matter what you're doing, you need to build your email list, and therefore, you need a squeeze page. So first, a bit of history. The squeeze page is actually the evolution of its much more problematic ancestor, the pop-up. The pop-ups were created and used by a ton of marketers who were basically able to make big offers and promises for nothing more than a simple trade of someone's personal email. For a long time, people were making a ton of money this way. But over time, things changed, and the internet wasn't exactly the Wild West anymore. There were systems and rules in place, but that simple trade-off of free something for an email remained. But the vehicle and the style changed into the squeeze page. It's become one of the most effective ways to grow your email list of targeted potential buyers, and it's essential whether you're an established brand or a new entrepreneur. So the squeeze page is made up of 2 pages, the lead magnet and a thank you page. For those that are new, a lead is someone who indicates interest in a company's product or service in some way, shape, or form. In this case, buy your squeeze page. A magnet contains electrons that have both uneven orbits. Wrong definition. It's basically a free product or service you can offer that has an extraordinary power or ability to attract. Like a magnet. So, if we put those together, a lead magnet is a free offer you're making in exchange for someone's email address. It's a win-win for both of you. So, you have this very simple page pointing to nothing else besides what they'll get for their email. No menu bar, no links to social media, no nothing. Just a simple design, crystal clear copy, and a single call to action. Now, what can you offer? Well, you should ask yourself, is it something that will attract customers and ideally repel the type of people you don't want on your list? You could be offering a mini course, presets, a cheat sheet, a template, a video, a coupon, a demo, a contest. It could be something very simple, but as long as it adds value to those accessing it, they will remember you. They will open your emails in the future. But first, they need to opt in. And the way to do that is to make them curious. This is done through very simple formulas you could use are learn how to blank by doing, and of course, find out blank. Now, in order for this to be effective, you really need to put yourself in their shoes. So as you look at this page, is the offer good enough? Is the copy simple? A no-brainer trade like
I broke the internet again.
creating a Squirtle for a shining say so much while also saying so little? Does it feel trustworthy? Or should I just put in one of my old junk emails I've had since high school? But is there also an element of that encourages action? Does it tell me exactly what to do? Oh, okay. Boom. They enter their real email they log into daily, and that brings us to page 2. The thank you page. You give them what they just asked for. If it's a download link, an ebook, a trial, whatever it is. Then you thank them for opting in, and that's it. Now, you could offer something else here, but that shouldn't be the priority with this funnel. Your goal is to simply collect emails so you can continue the conversation later, to send them emails, free content, and eventually something else you have to offer. Don't try to sell them something right away. Let's look at some examples. This is Kaylin Poulin's squeeze page for her brand, Lady Boss. There's a strong call to action, relatable, simple copy, minimal design. She added a few benefits here which support the offer without overcomplicating it. Here she builds authority by showing the channels she's been featured on. She visually shows her fitness journey. There's some testimonials of people she's helped. And finally, she tells them exactly what to do. Enter your email, get your free kickstart. If you're still thinking about what you can offer people, here's a few more examples. 5 morning rituals. Want to know the secret to free travel? Behind the scenes of a journey from startup to 100 million. Discover 9 ways you can make a good living as a writer. So, if you've made it this far, you'll be happy to know that you could build an entire in the same amount of time it's taken you to watch ClickFunnels, of course. And if you were watching at 0.25 playback speed, then it would be a similar time using one of our competitors. But either way, I implore you, build a squeeze page and build your email list.
All right, a little joke from them, trying to but can sometimes be true, as we know. Some are easier than others, at least for the for that lead portion. So about what I wanted to do is just start with some examples, right, of some other BD owners that have done this on their pages. Again, it doesn't have to be difficult, but I just want to kind of show you that other people are doing it. Okay, so Michelle's been on here before. Is a longtime BD user. Has a site called AbilityBridge.com for empowering kids with spare. But she's got several on her site that she's done, and it's almost like a spitting image of the ones that he described on the video there, right? It's just tells them what the resource it is, says download our free resources. It's asking for their name and email using their simple BD form, and it just says gain access to our ebook now. If let's do this special needs classifieds resource. Go to that one, open it up. And again, once you get these down, right, you can clone these sites in BD and just change the image, change the text, and you're ready to go. Again, obviously you got to change the download link, but here's another on here. Same look. It doesn't have to be fancy, right? That gets the point across, does exactly what she wants it to do, just like the video. And we'll show you how to do this here in just. But this is a simple, easy way to do that on the site. Here's another one that in womencircle.ca. So she's got a little bit fancier on hers, but it's the same type of setup here. She just has a BD page with a advertising, a presentation, basically an online discussion talk that they're going to have on Facebook Live with some visitors and stuff. And so at the bottom of introducing that content, she's got a widget in here from another platform that we'll go over probably in the future here, but it's called Sociamonials, but it's doing the same thing where it presents a time until the thing's over and just has some grand prizes for signing up for the actual event. And just has, again, that squeeze page or that, asking for the particular content here before they can join for the event. So same look, just a little bit different. She's using partly on her BD site, but partly another widget that she's putting into the system. I've used this before. If you guys were on the webinar 104 there when I was on there, and you guys, I offered up a ebook basically on how to monetize your website. And so I did the same thing on this, again, just using a little bit different software, but I linked to it from my website. So if you guys go to directory toolkit.com, for anybody who did not get this one, toolkit.com, and you just put /monetize. So directorytoolkit.com monetize. That will forward you to this page. That's just the easy way. Again, this is just another use case where you can do that. You can link to it from a BD site. This one just basically forwards them to that off from there. But after you download the ebook, it'll come back to my website. But it's just using in format. There's literally hundreds of different services out there that you can take somebody's email and get them to subscribe to that, get a PDF, and we'll show you exactly how to do that, just the simpler version on your BD site. But that, again, is an example of one that we did in the past.
Ryan,
Please page again, just from watching the video. Very, very simple. Yeah, Toby.
Okay. Ryan, could you put those two examples in the chat?
Yeah, definitely. Right now. I think she jumped on here. So if you want to jump in and say anything about the site there, let me know. If that's the right Michelle. Sometimes I can't tell. All right, there's her site. And then did a good job of setting those up. And again, it's not difficult. It takes a little bit of time.
Thanks.
Yep, no worries. And then add my the other one there. If that ever forwards there. I'll get you the real site here in a second. Oh, there we go. Guys, I'll just give you guys the direct and grab my ebook there. There you go. All right, and all right. So let me go ahead and what I'm going to show is how to do that real quick in the directory. So it's real simple to make one of those squeeze pages. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do that in a particular directory, whatever, with a download. So what you want to do is we're just going to do a demo of a PDF ebook, and I think we've done this before on the webinar. So hopefully this will be a review for some of you guys if you've seen us do the walkthrough on this before. But so we're kind of revisiting some content before here that you guys may have seen. So what you want to do in order to do those squeeze pages is you're going to want your content to your media manager inside of your BD directory at the very beginning, just so it's ready to go and to link to. And so we're going to use an example here. I've already uploaded a PDF into here. So if you're going to have a bunch of lead magnets, creating a folder in here called ebooks or something in your media manager, just go ahead and add a folder and click the ebooks here. But I'm just going to click in there and pretend like you made that, and then you want to upload your PDF. So here is that file that I mentioned before. So there's my monetize your directory PDF. So what you want to do is just copy that URL, open up in a pop-up, and you just want to grab that URL. Oops. Just copy that, and then just keep that, because when we go to the next step, that'll be one of the first things that we do is add that link to the web page we're going to make. So then all you need to do is go to your web page builder, and again, this is going to be we're going to make the thank you page first, basically, because that has our PDF in there, the link. So I want to do that first. So you're going to add a new web page here. We're just going to call this demo ebook thank you. Once it gets going here. Okay, we're just going to call this demo ebook thank you. You can call it whatever you want. Again, this is just going to be that page. And we're simply going to title it thank you. Thank you we'll just say for signing up. And then here is your ebook. Again, you can whatever you want on there. Then what I just recommend, again, the easiest way is just to add in your elements here to make it look like whatever you want. So I'm just going to drag and drop that text with the image left. Notice it's already got the button link. I'm going to click that button and go to the edit link right there. And now I'm going to replace that pound sign with that PDF that I copied from before. I'm going to change the button text. And I'm going to say download ebook. Okay. You just click update. There it is. And we can say monetization ebook, because that's what it was. And I'm just going to, you don't have to use any of these elements, but you can change those. So learn, or we hope you find the content useful. Let us know if it has helped. Something. All right, whatever you want to say. And again, you could change out the image here. What you can do is just hit the replace on there. You can drag and drop an image there, or you can browse, your directory. So if you've already got a picture of the ebook, you could go grab it there. So if I just recommend doing that if you want to, make a screen capture of your front page already. I did not do that. Let's just say that's what I want. So I'm going to grab that. It'll load the image. And so again, you can put the actual ebook there. And that's it. We're going to save web page. And we just made our thank you page for the ebook. Okay, and then that will save. That's your thank you page. Now this page is going to be the one that going to link to after somebody submits a form. So what we want to do is copy this, copy that, and now we're going to go make the form submission for somebody getting the ebook. So the way you want to do that is go to your toolbox and form manager. And in there, you're going to want to clone the Contact Us form, because the Contact Us form is set up to send you messages. And so I already have this one in here, so we'll maybe use this one. But what you'll want to do is, normally this Contact Us is down here in the default form. So and again, we've gone over this probably 10 times on different webinars, but if it's not up here, what you'll want to do is go into, just find the Contact Us form. So again, just search for Contact Us. It'll be down here. Just go into the customize that form, because what we want to do is get it up into the custom area so we can clone that and make a duplicate copy of that particular. So once that opens up, you're going to notice that there's no actions button here, like we want to be able to clone the form. So what you're going to want to do is just go to any field, hit the space bar, and all you're doing is making any sort of change to that form. So the system basically thinks that it's a customized form. You'll want to hit the save changes, and then there'll be a pop-up and you'll hit save changes again. And so after you, again, hit the space bar changes, what that's going to do is that's going to load that Contact Us form into your custom section. Although you just added a space and there's really nothing customized on there at all. That it at least puts it up here, so it adds one little feature for us that we need. So now you'll have your west top, and you'll want to click on edit again to go back in there. And now after you do that step, or if you already have the Contact Us up here, you will then notice that or if you open it up into the edit settings like that, you can also get to that from an actions menu that shows up right here that was not there before. And so now we have a clone, and on this one, actually, I'll just do it now just to show you guys how that would work. We'll clone it, and we're going to make the it's just going to say a copy of website Contact Us. So I'm just going to go website. This isn't it. Let's say Contact Us. I'll just say demo ebook download. Okay. And then you'll also want to change this variable. It'll make it, these all have to be different. So it'll normally be contact form. It adds copy underscore of underscore. So it says copy of contact form. I just get rid of the copy of, and maybe just put contact form. Again, demo underscore ebook. Again, there cannot be any spaces. So you'll need to rename variable. So rename the nickname, rename the variable. And now you have these save actions tab. And now it defaults to replace form with widget, but I'm going to change it to redirect to URL. And I'm going to put that demo ebook thank you that we had in there before. And that's where I want everybody to go. Honestly, I can't remember if it's the... sorry about that. Close that out. So I can't remember if it's the full email or full thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the full address here just to make sure. But I think you just have to put a slash. I just don't want to stop the demo here to show you that or mess that up. But I think you just put in the actual, just the name without the slash, and it works fine. But I'm just going to put the whole website in there so it'll work. It'll work for the absolute. So I'm just putting the absolute one in there. So it's going to go to the directorytoolkit.com demo ebook. Thank you. Again, that was the page that we just made. And now I'm going to save changes. So now that we have that new form, what that form is basically doing is that's going to, again, instead of popping up the widget like it normally would by say, thank you for submitting your contact form, it's actually going to forward me to my thank you page for the ebook. Now that I have my my form, I'm going to copy the shortcode for that form right here. And now I'm going to make my initial page for the ebook. So we're back to the web page builder again here. And we're going to do that exact same basic setup that the initial one. And now we're going to call this ebook or ebook demo or something like that. Sometimes I do enough of these demos, I'm going to come up with another name for, but let's do demo ebook download. And we're going to do exactly what Michelle did for her. So we're just going to put a title here. It says get your free ebook download below. Learn how to monetize your directory. So now we're going to let's do the same thing, only let's just do a little different look here. Let's just add, we're just going to go 2 by 2. Let's say now we're going to paste in that form that we just copied right there with the ebook. And let's say that we're just going to insert an image right there. Actually, you can do a drag and drop. So let's do that. We'll just drag and drop an image. And we'll go ahead and replace the image. Again, I'm just going to use that same demo one that we did before. Again, if you have your ebook, that would suffice as well. We're just going to put that same one right in here. Now you can get fancy, hero section in there where you have a background and stuff like that. But this just simply puts that particular content in there. Let's say, you could add in some more content up here for a paragraph if you wanted to, but we'll just make that very simple. I'm just going to hit the save web page, and now you're done. Now that's the web page. We've got the form on there. We're going to submit the form, and it's going to show the new built, demo it. So again, you can add it on these squeeze pages as you want. You can make it as simple or as complex as you want. I'm just showing you real quick, in 10 minutes here on how to do that, just using just like I implore everybody to do is just get it on there. You can always make it look fancier or cooler later, but at least just get it started, get it linked up, and you can always add stuff later. Before, just take some of these ideas and run with them. Just improve it later. For that to load, and we'll do a demo. Anything from you guys? So one of the things that you want to do on here, obviously, that you can do too, again, I just cloned the straight up contact form. If you literally just wanted the name just the email, you can reduce that form down to that as well. So let me go and show you guys how to do that, because you may just want to have a nice simple email form like Michelle or the demos had. So let's go back to the form manager. Now we made that. I want to go ahead and enter that form in for the editing, and just edit that form. You don't want to edit your contact form. In fact, if in case you want later, you may just want to delete your contact form anyway from the edited section up here, just so you don't accidentally change it. But all you do is you can from up here, because it just gets it down into the bottom there. After it just takes it from the edited section down to the default form. So don't worry about deleting anything up here. So here's our demo ebook download. So I want to go ahead and edit that. All right. So now all you have to do for here in order to make that, we don't want the name. So all you have to do is click on the edit form field. And down here in show input view, you want that to be no for the and that'll just take it off from the form when they're inputting it. So we're going to do that for all of the other fields as well. That paragraph, we don't want that required because if we're having that hidden, we don't want that required either. So we'll make sure that the only thing that's required is the email address that we wanted. So I'll change the name here as well. Make sure we get that to no. We got the reCAPTCHA. We want that on there. If you don't want the GDPR for your thing, you're off, or just delete that from that particular form, and that will remove that as well. And comments is already not required, but it's still showing, and so I want no, so they cannot see that. Okay, so make all your changes there. Make sure you put everything to no for required if you don't want it and you're going to hide it, and then just change input view to no. Save those changes, and then we'll go ahead and refresh that demo page again, and you'll notice that all of those other segments that we do not want will then be once it refreshes here, and we'll just be left with the email, the GDPR, and the form. Nope. And phone number, apparently, because I forgot that was on there. So you'll want to do that as well, but you guys get the point. So I'm gonna type in my email here and say I want my free ebook. Let that do its thing. That's taking forever today. All right, and send message. Again, you may want to change your send message button as well, just so it doesn't say send message on there. Okay, and now it's forwarded to my ebook page, right? It says, thank you for signing up. Here's your ebook. Download ebook. And now, because we linked that to the PDF, that saved thing from your PDF, and there's my monetization guide that's on my directory. So you guys saw that. Took us, I don't know, what was it, 10 minutes, 15? It probably took 15, but 10 minutes if the internet wasn't slow. Anybody have any questions on that? So that's a quick how-to make a squeeze page on your BD directory, just using the existing elements, forms, and everything in your BD directory without using any other type of software. And again, is exactly what Michelle has done here, almost verbatim, right, of exactly what she had there. And again, it's not that cosmic to do, and it's fairly easy to do once you do it. And again, like anything else, the more you do it once and it works and you figure it out, just like anything else in the BD directory there, you can get it to execute fairly quickly for anybody. So any questions on that?
Yeah, Ryan. Hi. On the front page of that form that you just had open, if you can go back to the form.
Okay.
Not in the back end of the BD, the front end.
Okay.
Typical. It's not there. The moment ago, in your email field, there it is on the right-hand side of the email field. What's that little icon that's popping up?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's come up a bunch of times. That's just some software I have, so I can sign up. So actually, this is a perfect example. So if I'm signing up for this, I can sign up without revealing my personal email. I literally just click that button, and it adds a dynamic email in here, and it lets me know what website I signed up for on that, and then it just this forwards to my actual email box, and so I can individually turn on or off any spammers or whatever that send me stuff, because I can just turn off that one email from that spammer, and I'll never get spam again because I signed up for something. So it allows me to sign up for everything on the internet and never get spam.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Or know who was spamming, who sold my email, right? Because now any email I get, it's coming from that website. I know the website that sold my email.
Okay.
So think twice about selling my email address. I will know. I'm just joking.
And is that software available?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'll just tell you what it is. It's Burner Emails. What it's called. There you go, burnermail.io.
Okay, thanks.
Well, Ryan, let me go ahead and apologize up front for selling your email, but I'm happy to split the profits with you.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. There's my burner address I just made, right? So anyway.
Okay, sorry, that was off topic. Sorry.
No, it's fine. That's we are not scripted here. BD does a really awesome job with their things, and they are so professional. We are not professional here. We can jump off topic whenever we want. That's what we're here for. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, Ryan. So this was awesome to be able to do that sequence of the ebooks and so forth. Do you see some other applications, and would members be able to do similar process, I guess, when they're selling products and stuff? Or
no. You could charge them for doing something like that to set up, but obviously they can't get into their back dashboard right. to do anything. So kind of not really, to be honest. There's when you're saying other use cases, are you saying what else can you do other than an ebook?
Right.
That is a great segue there, Rich, for the presentation for today.
You're welcome.
There we go. You guys see the screen there? So what I want to go over, and this is partially some software demo for today, but in doing so, I want to kind of show you some other use cases that you could do. I just wanted to throw up an example. I was going to do a whole bunch of other examples, but I came up with some BD examples I think obviously are more applicable. And so I had a bunch of those examples of other lead magnet sites or whatever. This is Carrot, the big real estate site or whatever. But again, they have this. I had a whole bunch of examples, but I think you guys get the point, right? Just image, what is it? Email and get my free guide, right? And they can share it. So that obviously can do ebook. I'm just going to show you some other examples that you can do. Again, I'm going to show you one piece of software today just to kind of show you what you could do that with it. But there's tons of other software out there that could do some of these things. And a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you is not necessarily even the execution of it, but just some of the ideas that you could use or put on your page to get additional exposure for ideas. So here's one. We talked about in the video there for the what the funnel, right? It talks about pop-ups or whatever. We went into that before in another webinar, but you can use stuff like on those pages. You can have a pop-up, right? If you're having directed traffic to that site, maybe it's not in the actual page. Maybe it's just other pages, but you want to grab their squeeze pages on the pop-up, right? So here's an example of a pop-up both on mobile and desktop that has some integrated there where they download the PDF, and then it has some social subscription pop-ups in there where they're able to one click with Facebook or Twitter and get it. They don't have to actually put their email in there. It just kind of grabs their content from Facebook and they download it. So something really fast where they can kind of grab that. But so you can use pop-ups, right? And or integrate some sort of social subscription in there. Maybe what you saw on the previous page there, which Carrot did on theirs, maybe you just put that on the page. BD has the social share widget. on their directory. So you can just go ahead and grab that and put that into the website. So let me just show you guys where that's at and how to do that. If you guys go to the toolbox and widget manager, when you guys go in there, just type in social in here. It has a really good search engine in the back of BD here. And you can find all sorts of stuff real easy. Just type in social, and you're going to see a widget in here that will be let's see, module social share. Okay, I'm just going to copy that short code. It's just module social share. I'm going to go back into that web page builder. And I'm going to go ahead and add that social share just like we saw on that carrot page and we saw on that pop-up. I'm going to do that on the web page that I just made there. So here's the demo ebook download. We'll edit that again. And again, the great thing, and I think most of the people on the call here know this, but BD is widgetized, right? So you can just grab these widgets and just throw them willy-nilly wherever you want on the directory, and it will instantly place that wherever you have there. So let's do that. Let's say there's a line break. Actually, I don't want a divider line. That's what I want. Let's do a divider line. Try not to get the divider line in the middle of your form. There we go. Try this again. Okay. And there we go. So I got the form. I'm gonna have a line, and then that widget social share. I'm gonna go ahead and save that, and we'll see what that looks like now that we added the social share. And so again, just showing you how easy it is to kind of replicate or duplicate something. You guys have this stuff in the directory, a lot of content in there that you can add in here. Here's just one example of that. And now we've got the share this page in there. I think I got rid of the other. No, I guess I didn't. They're just loading a little bit slowly there. I think Twitter maybe. There we go. So there you go. So now we got the forum, right? And now they can social share this ebook download for me, and you maybe get a couple extra visits because you have social share. So, and again, you can add any other social share buttons from somewhere else, so whatever you want. Elf site has a bunch of widgets that a lot of some of you guys and some of my clients have used, but again, whatever you want, you can add that stuff in there. It's that easy just to add some additional content in there. So that's one way, some social subscription stuff. Otherwise, you can do stuff like this. Follow coupon boxes, right? So you can actually get people to get coupon codes if you fill in the item, right? Fill in the form. Maybe it's not a PDF on the next page. Maybe it's a coupon code. So you advertise that you're going to give them a coupon code if they subscribe to your newsletter or whatever. And maybe that's the next thing that's on the last page as well. So that follow coupon boxes, you can provide a coupon for that before they leave. You can do welcome discounts, right? So let's say it's on a specific landing page to try to increase the sales and conversion rate, either from your email subscribers. Maybe it's not on the home page, it's a specific page, but you're just trying to give new people a discount. Or maybe it's a landing page that you're doing some paid advertising for, and you get them onto that page and you get them excited by giving them a coupon on that page only. Nobody's going to get to it from your website elsewise. But you give them a certain percentage off coupon for filling in their contact information. So exchange that for a welcome discount and make sure that they know that it's not going to be there the next time they jump into your website. You could do giveaway contests, right? So you noticed on this website here, right? She has $50 Canada donation to a charity and an Uber Eats gift card, right? So you're giving away a contest, you're giving them something, it increases the website traffic and email subscribers by offering them a chance to win something valuable, again, for your niche. Or as Corey was on some of his training the other day, he's like, everybody loves an iPad and gift cards, cash, right? Those two are always hot commodities. So give away and it doesn't have to be an iPad, but just a gift card like that site was doing, and that could be something. Or it's something that's inside of your niche, right? If you're a knife directory, maybe you give away the folding knife giveaway, and you give away one of the knives from your advertisers. And maybe this is a knife that you didn't even pay for. Maybe you gave somebody a free premium listing for a year in exchange for one of their knives that you could give away as a promotion on your lead magnet page. So maybe you didn't even pay for that knife. And I mentioned this a lot of times with individual clients. Again, you guys having a directory, you can't really print money, but I basically say that where you can make your own money because you're making up the price of what you're charging for your directory, what the value is for your niche audience. So if your gold membership is $500 a year, if you're selling it for $500 a year on your directory, that's $500 a year cash in theory that you can barter with for companies. And maybe you don't think they're going to pay. Maybe they give you, maybe they have some like defect knives or like that have a scratch on it or something that they're not going to sell, but they got like a box of crap inventory over here that they're just looking to get like clear their closet out. And you give them a $500 thing and they give you $500 worth of knives or more to give away for free. And you all you had to do was give them a listing that they weren't going to pay for anyway. And you got $500 worth of knives. I'm just giving that as an example, but you could totally do that potentially on some of your niches there. So find something, give away contest, and maybe that's the next thing on the other page. It could just be special pricing, right? You could, it doesn't have to be a pop-up like this on the deadline bar, but it could just be something on the page. I know Rich does that and uses the countdown timer, which we've talked about many times. Just make them know that there's a deadline, and usually, obviously, a countdown clock works better than just saying, hey, we're closing this soon, right? That works better to have a countdown. But if you have a limited offer to promote, or maybe it's introductory pricing, right? They can be placed wherever on your website or on different pages or different elements to be able to say that the sale is coming to an end. So give a deadline on there, and it could just be reduced pricing, something that you control within BD, right? So if you don't have time to make a PDF, or you don't have any merch, or maybe it's just something that you're changing on BD, like, hey, limited time, we have this special silver plan that's going to include the product post types. You'll be able to post your own products, but it's only if you subscribe now. Future silver members are not going to have that capability. And then you just make a new membership tier in BD, right? That doesn't have that, and that's the new silver membership. But everybody that signs up by certain dates in the Uber silver one, right? That went away. So you can make up your own stuff. Just deadline, add something. Something's going to go away if they don't get that, and you can put that on your page. You can also, here's again more of a pop-up example, but maybe it's something at the end of the page, right? So they don't find the offer until they get to the bottom of the page, or maybe it appears when you get to the bottom of the page. And so only the people that were diligent enough to watch your video go to the next page. Or maybe if you have your different pages stepped out, like step 1, 2, and 3, and that you're kind of walking them through the end. Hey, the people that got through and watched your video or clicked to the last page, maybe they get a discount on that final offer page that you're not giving everybody. Maybe and maybe it's higher than you normally would because it only like fewer people are going to find it. But if they got to the end of the page, they are obviously interested. Maybe you want to seal the deal. Like you give them a 40% discount. Hey, thank you for watching the video. We're looking at my features, and now you're on the join, this special join page here, or use this code for 40% off. We appreciate you. Maybe you do that, and you seal every one of those deals at the end because you're giving them such a good discount. And again, if you're going to give them 40% discount, maybe your normal pricing is higher so that it doesn't really hurt your bottom line that much because you're willing to give away the 40% discount to some people that got there, and you're able to do that because you're not reducing it down to $1 or something. So give some end of page offers as well. Maybe it is just simple like that. Maybe it's just the newsletter, right? Everybody has that newsletter form that they can sign up for. Here's another example of a scroll box or something that could pop up if you have some software, but it could just be you're asking for the newsletter thing and you're adding that newsletter form to some other content, right? So just realize it doesn't have to be a landing page. You can add that content wherever. Put a little subscription I just showed you guys how to use the form. Add that form in the middle of an article, right? In the middle of a web page. It doesn't have to be by itself. Maybe it's just like right in the middle of the page. And when you're talking about, getting more information, or you can just say, hey, if you like this article, get more or pay content on this page, sign up for our newsletter and get more of it to your inbox. And you just put the form right in the middle of your page kind. It doesn't have to be an individual page. Just remember, when we're talking landing page or squeeze page, the squeeze part could happen as part of your normal content as well. Didn't really talk about that in the video, but that also can be the case. So maybe you just have a simple subscription box in there. And then that was the pop-up. I kind of talked about this one as I was talking there, but it's just the inline subscription form, right? They're discrete. They're built right inside the content. They're minimally intrusive, but they can, they can achieve really good results there because people are already reading your content and they're like, oh, newsletter for more of that. Sure. Yeah. I've already got some useful content out of this page. They're more likely to go ahead and sign up for the newsletter as opposed to just like, hey, we have a newsletter. Click here to sign up. And they're like, why would I sign up for that? You didn't even give me anything. I don't have any content. I don't know what I'm getting. So again, those inline subscription things can maybe be a little bit easier. It's easier for the single page for a giveaway because they know they're getting the ebook. It's a little bit more amorphous for the newsletter. So you maybe want to lead up to that one. Maybe you have, we talked about this earlier in the show here for using Berrycast. Maybe it's just a video, right? It doesn't have to be a video pop-up, but it could be a video that you just have in the content there. And then you say, yeah, I want to get some of these videos in an email, or maybe I want to subscribe to whatever, to get more video content like that. Maybe I want to subscribe to your YouTube channel, whatever that is. And maybe that button goes to your YouTube page. It doesn't have anything to do with your BD site. Maybe you're just doing a video or the squeeze page just to get them to your YouTube channel so they can subscribe. So maybe it just sends them somewhere else. Obviously, you want to be careful of that. You want it to be related to you so you don't lose out on any money or traffic. But send them somewhere else. That could be something. But you could do it with video instead of words. Maybe you have an exit intent item. So we talked about this a little bit ago. And I'll show you how to do this one as well if you guys want. But you can set up an exit intent on your BD site. So they go to leave, and maybe you throw up a form or a special offer or a code or something like that they get only when they leave. So you have a squeeze page to get the content, or maybe it's not a squeeze page and it becomes a squeeze page, right? You just have some normal content, but on this page, when they go to leave, that exit intent pop-up comes up, and then you ask for their subscription stuff because maybe they saw something on that page, but you don't want to put the sign-up form on there. But when they go to leave and you ask for their subscription, they're like, oh, yeah, there was some good stuff on there. I'll sign up for it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be on the page. It could be on an exit intent type of pop-up, and those work good sometimes if as long as they've gotten something of value before you've spammed them with the pop-up. Similarly to that, you could, there's a lot of systems, we talked about e-commerce integration and stuff like that. Maybe you're trying to avoid them abandoning stuff that's already in their cart, right? So maybe you add that to a particular page on there just to remind them that you have stuff. Again, it doesn't have to be a cart abandonment thing. That could just be, these are just some examples if you're using another software for merchandise or something like that, but that's the same intent. But it basically reminds them that they still have something to do. Or it may remind or notice that they get them involved in some other stuff that's on your site. So you maybe see on the left-hand side here, it's kind of asking about T-shirt, vice a mug or whatever. There's free gifts left, or maybe you're asking them a question, trying to basically re-engage them on something you have. Maybe it's not even an email. Maybe you have something else in the pop-up that says, hey, we also have this. Click here to read our blogs or something. Maybe there's just a link to a blog. You're not actually asking anything from them. You're basically just providing them with additional content that they may not have known about or forgot about. One of the other things, too, you can do is content lockings. And so maybe they just need to enter their email to unlock premium content. So the BD system obviously has this in there where you can lock down content for a particular page. And maybe they just need to sign up in order to get those items. So let me show you guys how to do that real quick. I'll do it on this demo ebook download page. If you guys are making a custom page, all you have to do is right here in the page information, it says protect page, and change it from public for everybody and say only allow members. And so now you can restrict it to certain membership groups. or a lot of people don't realize this is here, allow digital product buyers only. So if I have a digital product that you're selling, maybe it's like this ebook is so good. And you know, my monetized ebook is so good, right? It's 24 pages long. They're going to pay for that if they want to get that, right? So maybe you make a digital product. It's $5 to get my ebook, and they can only get to the download page if they buy that ebook digital download. So you can now restrict it to only see that page if they've bought it. So even if somebody has that URL, the BD system will know that that person that's visiting has not logged into your system, and or even if they have logged into your system, have not purchased that digital download, they are not going to see that website at all. It's basically going to say this is locked down. You can't see this content or whatever. So that is very useful if you want to do that. And then obviously there's some software solutions to that as well. But maybe you let them read part of the content, and then part of the rest of the content is in a lockdown page. So maybe you have a different version that has part of the content, and you have a button at the bottom of that article that says, you want to see the full article or read more, click here and subscribe. And then that button is linking to a page that has the full article. But unless they're logged in or are a member, they're not going to see that the full article. So all you would do there is make a blog on a page, or maybe a different post type that's like user only article post type. And you just link to another post, and you just post the same content twice, one with partial content and the other one in the other post type that has the full content that's locked down for members only. So you can totally do that inside of BD. And I'll show you a live example of this on my site. Maybe you try, again, you have some of these other softwares, you can kind of walk them through a funnel. So not only are you asking them content, maybe on the actual page, it looks like this, where you're asking them what kind of content they want. And you can segment out what they actually end up getting based on what they say. So maybe you take a short quiz like this and say, hey, which conversion tool works best for your business? So maybe you're asking them, hey, what type of business do you have? And so by them asking that, you can actually get some information from them and segment out later messages to know that, hey, they're an e-commerce business. Well, I'm not gonna put anything about professional business services if they're in e-commerce or whatever. So now I know that you, visitor, are an e-commerce person. I'm not going to show you an e-commerce ad next time or an ebook. I'm going to show you something else that deals with your stuff. And so it could look something like that. And what it'll actually do is you can do different funnels, right, for these different services. And you could even do that in BD as well, where you add a bunch of different buttons, and these, you're not necessarily capturing the data, but you're leading them to a new page that has further choices. So for example, if I'm on this page and I add a bunch of buttons, I would just do, again, not put it in the middle of the thing here. Let me add a table inside of a table. Let me do a 3x1 here. Maybe these are my 3 buttons, right, that I'm adding, and I just do the same thing. I'm in e-commerce, right? And again, you could use the functionality here. So there we go. E-commerce, and you have a link to another page right here. So page 1, whatever that is. And then this was the business one, right, that we just did. So maybe this says business. And this is page 3, because again, there would normally be a page 2 in there. So you just do that. Now you do the same thing with that software I was showing you. Only now when they click on e-commerce, it's going to page 1. They click on here, it's going to page 2, and maybe that's ebook 1 and ebook 2, and you give them the type of content that works for them. Again, I'm just throwing stuff out here, but the software I'm going to show you today can do this, but maybe you do something like that just with the native BD functionality. And so you can actually segment the surveys like that, right, and increase your lifetime value and subscriber rate by just kind of getting some additional information for them. Like, do you like cats or do you like dogs? So no offense to the cat lovers, but the dog lovers are the only ones that can continue during the presentation. So please click the dog button if you're a dog lover, and you will be able to see the rest of the webinar. I'm joking. But you can do that, right, and segment out, who maybe gets a particular item. then once you do that and you segment people out, maybe you give a personalized return welcome to those people. And if they come back, you say, hey, Ryan, I want to help get a step-by-step guide on how to choose the correct dog food. Yes, I need the guide, right? You could do it for whatever. If you have different types of niches in there, maybe we just went over to Michelle's site, right? Maybe there's different people that have different developmental needs. Now that you know that what need they have, you can provide them with resources for their particular needs for their website. So you can kind of personalize that stuff. And this one's for Rich. Rich, are you listening? Spin to win gamification. I know Rich loves his spin to win gamifications. You can add other stuff in there too, like this. So maybe you don't have anything to offer other than a coupon code, or maybe an offer to do whatever it is. You can offer up a spin to win opportunity. So they give you your email, and then they say, press my luck and get to see the wheel spin. And maybe get a discount code off from your BD site. So again, if you have the add-on for the digital coupons, you just add a bunch of different coupons. It doesn't have to be a high rate, right? And you can play around with that. Maybe just, 5, 10, 15, 20% off or whatever you want to do. And you get their email in exchange for a 10% off coupon or 20% off coupon. Again, if you effectively utilize that could be worth its weight in gold there and make up more than the discount you gave them. So gamification, obviously, everybody likes a game, especially when you get a prize or something, right? So that spin to win technique is really highly effective for adding, that little fun element to your page or your opt-ins. And again, it's easier, to get them to do that for a coupon than a coupon code, because they may not, if you put on there, click here to get a 10% off coupon, that may not be enough for them to entice them to give their email. But if there's an opportunity to get 25% off, even though that percentage of the opportunity is a little bit lower, or they're not necessarily going to get that, maybe they're actually going to get less. Maybe they're only going to get 5% discount on the wheel spin, but they were willing to give them their email for the potentiality that they were going to get the 25%. So sometimes that can be better than just a coupon code. Here's another example, a scratch card gamification, right? So it's a scratch card where they can only scratch off the game code to see what discount they get if they put their email in there. So they put their email in there. You say, scratch and sniff, scratch, and you'll get to get your discount code. That'd be nice if we had scratch and sniff. That's the next layer of technology, right? That I'm not going to provide, but you just do that, and they're able to get a discount code on there. So let's go ahead and look at some of these in action here, and then I'll take some questions. So I'm going to go, and you guys can see this live right now here. I'm just going to refresh my directory toolkit site as a demo. If you can also do it timed execution. So if they're on your site for a certain amount of time, they pop up. This one just happens to pop up when you scroll down more than 50% of my page. So if you scroll to the bottom on the page, it pops up with that directory thing that I told you about. Claim your free copy of Monetizing Your Directory ebook. And so this is the example of the bottom pop-up that we showed there. And you can just get the ebook by doing your email. So you can either go to that link I showed you earlier. You can just go to my homepage now and add in your email, and you'll be able to get that ebook. And I literally just put this up here for the webinar today, and I've already got a couple leads for downloading my ebook here just by putting it up there. So this works, right? If you guys put the stuff there, and you can do all sorts of settings. Like if I close it out, it's not going to show for another 90 days or whatever. So you can kind of limit the opportunities. But that's just an example of one of the bottom items. Here's one we really didn't talk about. Here's an interstitial splash screen, right? And so if you, I just have it on this one directory toolkit page. It's on a demo splash page, but it basically covers up all your site content until they add their email and they hit sign up or no thanks. And then as soon as they go off from that, it'll go away and just show the regular site content. So if I click on this, it just kind of goes away, and the regular page just shows up. But this page is blank other than the splash screen, so you're not going to see that. But the cool thing is, for this software at least, I can also call that splash screen cover up on any page that I want. So let me just go to this example here. I'm going to go to I'll just go to any page here. I'll go to my blog. and it'll load a page. But the cool thing is you can just put this hashtag on there of show form and a particular number on any page. And I'm just gonna refresh the screen on there, and it's just gonna use that JavaScript that's on my page to do that particular overlay frame on any page on the website just by putting that little hashtag into the URL. So the cool thing about that is that you can have different splash screens at different times on different pages. And again, just by providing that link, it'll add that form. So there we go. It loaded the screen just like we did before. But now if I submit that or click off from that, now it just loads my blog page back, right? And so that kind of gently goes away. They saw my little splash screen interstitial there, but I'm back on my regular page content. Here's an example of the inline form, right? Where I just have it inside of a page. So let's say I had some content on here, and then I have some, that interstitial form, and then I add some content in here. So let me just add a bunch of stuff in here. I'll just show you, what it would look like. I'm going to go grab some lorem ipsum. I just need some general content. I probably spelled that wrong. Let's go grab some Lipsum generator. If you guys haven't done that, lipsum.com. Create some cool content for you. I need 5 paragraphs. Generate that. It'll just generate that for you, and it's just got some Latin on there for me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab go ahead and paste that into the page. And I'm going to paste some stuff after that. There's my content. It's going to have that interstitial one in the middle there. And again, you guys see it's just as easy as adding that little div code in there. And let me refresh the page. Okay, so now we have that content in there. I have content on there for the page. Maybe in the middle of the article, it's asking me to download my ebook, and then we have some more content again. So again, that's just kind of like an embeddable content there that you can add inside of your directory. And then this one's cool. I showed you this one. Let's say I have this one's a live thing on my site. It used to be free up until today. You guys could see how to manually add in your own spice up your search results content, right? And I just showed you guys how to change that search results from that to that. If you guys wanted to do your own coding, it's a little bit technical on this one, but you can do it. And I had the steps on how to do that. But now I have unlock this premium content in here. It's still free. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't need to sign up for my membership. You don't even need to do anything in BD. But now you notice my content's here, but it's all fuzzied out because the only way that you're going to see the unlocked content on my page. So it could be on this page or any other page on my directory. If I set this up, this div of this content's basically locked down. And as soon as you add your name and email, you can unlock the rest of the article. Okay, so sometimes you guys have seen that on other sites, but you can do that right inside of your BD directory as well. And again, you're not making any money off from that, but you're getting some leads off from that by people signing up inside of your site. Is there any questions on that? So just a couple examples, but these are all potential. They're all kind of squeeze page stuff, right? You're just trying to. It doesn't have to be a pop-up. I showed you all these things that are just kind of embedded in there. Some of them, obviously, you can do inside of BD. Some of them, obviously, you may need some other software. But there's hundreds of ways to do that, and these are just a couple examples on how to do that. Any questions from anybody on that?
Yeah, I'm also Richard. It's Ryan. It's Toby. I'm not sure if I missed it, but to do this unlocking the premium content. Did you show us how to do that?
Oh, you mean how you? Well, so it's using the software. I can actually show you how to do that in a second here. Let me just go to that that particular content. So that is my spice up your search results. So let me go to that real quick. So the way this works, again, this is all based off from the script of the particular software. But for this one, let me go to the community article. It's this one right here. I'll go ahead and edit the post. So the way this one executes, basically how it does that, it's looking for a particular class inside of the content. So it's a little bit technical, but not too technical. I'll just open up to the code. I'm going to highlight because it's right after this. You saw the let's get started, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this one, and then it locked it down, right? So it's right after that. And I'm going to just go into the code, and all it does basically is it adds this class lock on there, and so you basically set this up ahead of time in the code. And then anywhere on my entire directory, my BD site, anytime I add a class to that particular div of lock, it basically locks down that content. So there's a div at the top here, the div lock, and then you just add a div right at the end of the code, /div right at the end of all the rest of the content that you didn't want to lock down. And then that adds that little lockdown stuff, and it just does it dynamically through the script. So that's kind of how you do that. And then I'll show you the software here, how to do that real quick. So in there, this is the premium content unlock. So I'm just going to go in there. And it's just a setting in there. And again, there's a lot of setup or complexities on how to do this. Again, I'm just kind of demoing what you can do with some different types of software. And inside of that particular item, there's my unlock thing. In the display rules, there's just a rule in here on when to show that or to execute that particular widget launch. And it basically says based by the CSS selector, and there we go, it's the .lock, and so that's the CSS that it's looking for. So anywhere on my BD site that uses the locked div class, it's going to lock it down with that particular premium content unlock widget. And so I kind of talked about some of the other stuff too. So you can say don't show if the widget was submitted in the last 90 days, or if a visitor is already subscribed, if they've already subscribed to that widget, right, then it's going to unlock everything. It's not going to lock the content, because if they've already subscribed via any widget, it's just going to ignore it. And again, that's based on the particular person that they've already done there. So you don't have to keep unlocking the content. But so I'll make any changes there. I'll eventually, I just want to kind of show you the capability of that. We'll eventually unlock this later for subscribers to the Directory Toolkit site, and we're going to have some subscription plans. This is basically this will be directoryengage.com will be this tool that we'll offer, but you'll be able to basically add all these different ones in there. And I'll just make one real quick, just kind of show you guys how it would work. If you just want to create a new widget, and it has all these on here for any particular item. So let's say a coupon code or any other banner, floating bars, scrolling boxes. Again, you can just do whatever you want. Let's say there's a yes or no exit intent, or that survey, or the gamification. I didn't do a scratch to win. So let's do that one. You just click on that. It looks good. Scratch to win. And create the pop-up. And then you just have to, it's again, just a simple editor on here in order to do that. And you just edit all the different pieces of that and grab the particular div code. And you can just put that on any particular page that you want. So again, it comes with the setup there. But let's say if you don't want to say scratch to win, you can click that, edit the particular text settings. Let's say you want to do scratch me. I don't know why I'd say that, but that sounds a little weird, but scratch me it is. Let's say it's the discount code, their 25% off code. You can go ahead and change the actual prizes. So let's say that's a little steep for me. I don't even want a 25% off one. That one's, I'm cheap. I want to go 10. It's as far as I'm going to get. and I want to delete that one, you get 5 or 10%, right? So code, these would be your coupon codes from BD. And let's say I want majority of people to get this. So I'm going to give this one a gravity of 50%. This one, a gravity of 10. So I don't want anybody getting 10% off. I want them to get 5. You can kind of set the gravity of these. So maybe you have an equal chance of getting, those particular items there. You can kind of set the gravity there. So 53.8% of people, right, are going to get nothing, and 38% are going to get that, and 10 or 7% are going to get 10% off. Anyway, you can change all those different things on there, and then so that's good to go. And you can change your, that enter email and change around the elements. Let's say you wanted to add any other additional elements in there. Let's say you wanted that has enter your email. Let's say you wanted to give a testimonial on there. You could add a testimonial from somebody that's already submitted that, and you can add that particular item in there and say this product is really awesome. Again, you can just click on that, edit that, but you can create all sorts of different elements in there and change around any of the settings that you want in there. And then for the prize, again has a follow-on thing after they pick their stuff on there. It'll dynamically add the coupon or the prize stuff in there. And then that'll be the 2 design elements. And then for the display rules, again, you can set all that to, hey, only show this after they're on the page for 5 seconds, but I only want to show it if, and it has all these different parameters on here. So let's say it's on a specific landing page, or hey, I only want to show this on my, Black Friday for a week. I only want to show it if it's coming from Facebook. That's a refer URL, or if let's say they've been to my site more than 5 times, I'm going to give them a scratch and sniff opportunity here if they've been to, on my site more than 5 times. So you can kind of do that, and then you have the negative, like don't show them if kind of stuff, and you set that up, and then that's it. And so all you have to do is hit active and save changes. And let's say I only want to do, let's say a particular website, right, for the join page. I think I added one on here. Let me just see that real quick here. Say I wanted the join page. Oops. You could target it so it only shows on the join page. Let me see if I added something on here. I'll double check. So let me just grab that. I'll go back to the thing here. We'll delete this one. Let's say we're going to add a condition if the landing page URL is join page. We'll save that. And again, that should be that simple. As soon as again, the script's already on my page, and so it just knows that I want that shown on that page at a particular time, and should show the pop up on that page only. In theory. To answer your question, so again, that there's a couple different implementations for those, but that's generally how you would work that.
And when do you expect this exchange to be available?
Well, this is going to be part of my baseline membership plan. What I can do, I was still working out the sign up stuff. So if you guys want to, we'll just do this today. Again, just send me an email at support@directorytoolkit.com, and I'll try to get this working this week and get you guys in there. I am eventually. This is going to be part of just the baseline paid membership for my site, and so. But I don't mind you guys jumping on there if you guys want to. Take a look at it. If you guys want to throw me an email, I'll get you guys signed up. But is there any questions on the actual site or what it can do? But there's all sorts of different things that you can do. Obviously, very powerful. And then one of the other things I didn't really add, it does have some integrations that you can do inside of the actual software as well. it'll hook up to most of the autoresponders and stuff as well. So if they sign up, it can kick it in there. Otherwise, it'll just take it into your subscriber list here, and you can export that particular list. And you can just export the list right there and get the names. The cool stuff is that once you start getting subscribers, you can see some of the interaction in there as well. So you'll notice that I signed up there and signed up for that. I got a 25% off coupon code. Actually, I forget you can do. You can embed all those coupon codes and stuff in here as well, right? So any of those widgets you can add in line. It doesn't have to be a pop-up. You could actually put it right inside of your site there. So this is the spin to win that I just tried earlier today, but you can see that it added it in there. That I actually won 25% off, and I got that coupon code. It kind of says where they signed up for on widgets and some of the other interactions that they've had, and it tells me how many visits they've had as well, so you can kind of know the user and get some other additional information from them as well. And then it does have some additional analytics in here as well that'll able for you to see how many page views you've had for any particular widget, which ones are getting the most impressions. So it looks like my bottom bar is getting more impressions, which makes sense because that's right now popping up on every page. If you scroll down the page halfway or sitting there for 30 seconds. So obviously that's getting more interaction. You can kind of see which ones are paying off for you there. See which ones are getting the actual conversions. So I got one for my pop-up, one for the bottom bar, and you can kind of see how many shares and follows. Again, if you turn on those social shares and any other items. And then you can also set up different events in there as well, like a conversion kind of event. You can kind of see how many people got to the actual checkout page from your subscription based on your actual setup there. Let's see. And that's right there. You just add a goal in there for your event tracking on what page they need to get to count as a quote conversion goal. And that would set it up for that. Any other questions on BD or I guess landing pages in general or anything else like that? Or any other how-tos for this or on BD site that you guys want to look at or discuss? Otherwise, open over to you guys for any other discussion topics for today.
Yeah, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, on today's presentation, so what I'm hearing you say is all these features you're going to roll into your membership offering, right?
Yeah, I just brought it up today because that's obviously what we're talking about squeeze pages. It wasn't quite ready yet. So what I will do, I haven't added the subscription stuff on there to the website yet. It is okay. I think right now I'm the premium one on my website. It's like $9.95 a month. So if you guys do want to sign up for that, it's going to be a higher price when I initially do that. I don't have the offer rolled out or laid out there right now. But if you guys want to subscribe to that, I will give you the copy of this as part of that and keep it at that price before I up it. But if you guys are willing to, I'm just letting you know that's going to be in that package. But if you guys want to, even if you aren't sure if you want to do that later, if you guys want to test it out. Just to get some, feedback on it as well, to see if it's use case, just send me an email and I'll get you guys an account in there to start playing around with that or seeing if that's something you guys want.
Okay. The other two questions I had was regarding also the presentation with the inserting a video into the lead capture page. I saw that during, the demo here. How do you go about doing that?
You're talking about the Berrycast or just or just any other video?
I guess so. I mean, I just made some notes while you were talking, and I saw where there was one screenshot that you had where you were talking about the lead capture page, putting the contact form in there and so forth. And most of it was for the PDF download or ebook. But then there was one screenshot or viewing where you had
the video
your email address. I guess like a pop-up or whatever, but where they entered in their email address to be able to watch the video, but there was just a video as
Yeah,
part
all
of
that,
the.
I think all that was, and to be honest, let me just go ahead and make let me just make a widget here. What I think that was the was in here just on the screen. I mean, I could show you how to do the video that we kind of talked about last week, real quick on the BD site. But let's say as a welcome screen, we'll just create let's do this one. Let's see, ready to start your journey. That looks good. We'll do that one. I think all that did was it added just the video widget inside of one of these pop-ups or splash screens. So there's maybe I didn't go over that as well. There's there's elements over here on the side. And so you can add in other elements into there wherever you want. So you notice a video is one of the options, right?
Okay.
So if you throw that into here, it'll add the video option in here, and then all you do is add the link to either YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, or VuPlayer video, and then it'll play that video in that. So just remember, you can have multiple screens and you can flow through here. So let's say to your example, let's say I didn't want the video on there. I want them to sign up for it first. And then I want to do a thank you screen after that. Then, so here's my thank you page. It just says thank you, right? Because we don't have any customizations on that. You can add in, let me close that out. You can add in the video on the other page, right?
Yeah, because that's a more traditional lead capture page where there's like a video to entice you, to take the next step or to, about whatever the offering is. So that's pretty cool because usually they'll have like a less than 1 minute video to entice you to, sign up or join the program.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you can do that, or, like you said, that's actually a great use case. Maybe the video is not on that one. Maybe you do that and say, hey, add your email here and you can watch our whatever video. And so this is now on it doesn't have to be a thank you page. You can, change the text or whatever. And you could then have the video, and then maybe after they watch the video, then you could add another call out screen or something else on there after they watch the video that then has the offer, here after they watch the video. So anyway, you can add the video there. They watch the video, and then they do the call out, or maybe this is the special offer, right? Where they say, yes, I want this, or no, I don't want this. And then if they say, yes, I want this, then they go to your special join page, right? That has the discounted membership on it on your BD page, but you could have it all inside of the one welcome screen there.
Okay. The other piece of this is this a application or way we can incorporate this into social media? Because you see this a lot of times on, Facebook or Twitter or whatever, as like a lead page within social media to say, watch this video for 3 secrets or to this or whatever, how to book more guests or how to do more. And then it captures your information right from their social media account.
It doesn't have, it's not like any ManyChat or anything. It doesn't like integrate with Facebook. It has the social share kind of component to it, but it's not embedding into there. I mean, you can have, again, any of those bots or even Facebook, wherever, you can kind of preset your links or preset some content in there. So you could actually just link to this particular content, but I don't think there's any integration where it just automatically pops up on your Facebook page, for example. It's not like a Facebook app.
Right. And the last part was the abandoned cart that you described during the presentation. Isn't that part of the VIP program or whatever, or, an add-on? Or are you saying you're suggesting a different approach to the abandoned cart feature?
Well, so one way you could do that is let me just demo one real quick here. We'll see if I can get it to work. Let me just create a new widget. we're going to do the exit intent pop-up, right? Or this would be the subscription, right? So let me just do pop-ups. Let's do a yes or no.
Because that would be kind of key. Because
here we go. So here we go. So don't go. Let's create this pop-up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this link, and I'm going to say, "Hey, don't go. I'm going to give you 40% off." I'm not going to edit the coupon just to save some time here, as I know we're running out of time. But let's just say, "Don't go. Get 20% off your entire order. Check out now." Right. So that's what you'd want to pop up, and then what you would do on the display rules is you say, "Hey, I only want to show this if there is the current page URL or matches checkout."
Yeah, and you could do
say contains. There we go. Contains checkout. And then
so you don't have
save
to
that.
So you don't have to tie it to a specific URL on your
Right.
website. The checkout page number for the different pricing tables.
Yeah, that should work. So again, I haven't tested this one, so again, no promises on it. But I think that we should be able to get this to work. We basically, if that contains checkout, and I go to exit intent, a visitor intends to leave, it's going to give me that pop up. I turned it active. So let's go to my join page here. I'm going to go to the register now for the premium membership here.
It has the word checkout in there.
There's the word checkout. All right, I'm going to let it load here.
Do they need to start filling it in, or they just go to exit at any point? Or
Well, I mean, I don't think it doesn't really matter. As soon as I go to exit, in theory, there we go. See, I went to go click on the page, and it's saying, "Hey, don't go. Give me your 20 order," and you're like, "Oh, yes."
Yeah. That's cool.
Copy, and then you click off from it, and now I can go add my coupon code.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of use cases on there, and again,
cool.
And you can do this on your actual BD site as well by doing just the modal pop-up. It's a little bit harder, but you can add some code in there to do a modal pop-up on exit intent. But obviously, you want to make sure you script these right? Because I have that. I didn't restrict that pop-up banner to the home page or anything. So now it's on any page. If I'm sitting there for 30 seconds, it pops up, or if I scroll down. But you can time it out. Just make sure that you can get pretty wacky crazy with setting these up, and then stuff's popping up all over the place. You want to make sure it's not obtrusive, right? So that it makes sense, right? So, hey, I'm unlocking this, or I'm on this page and I'm going to try to get a discount for this, or you don't want stuff popping up all over the place. I think that goes without saying, but so yeah, it has all those if then ands. You can do ands and ors, so you can get really Gucci, like it equals checkout, and let's say that I've visited a certain number of times, or maybe I'm only from a certain country. Maybe I'm doing a city, right? Maybe it's I'm from Detroit, but let's say Atlanta, right? Maybe you just do Atlanta, Georgia only. So now only people from Atlanta are going to get your Atlanta discount.
That's cool.
And you can kind of segment it out and just keep adding ands and ors or whatever. So you can kind of get segmented, information. We kind of talked about the segmented earlier as well. So maybe, maybe you have some other information on there from them that they've, done certain things or whatever. So time from last visit, if they haven't been there a certain amount of time or whatever, but those are all based off from the cookies or whatever that they accept when they do them. So that's actually a good use case. I'm gonna try that. We'll leave that coupon in there. Maybe I'll edit the coupon later for something useful there. So good question. Oh, you weren't seeing my screen that whole time? Oh my goodness, guys! You guys need to jump up. Where you guys didn't see any of that. That looks
We saw
That's
it.
terrible recording.
I saw it.
We saw it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to switch to AV or audio. Yeah, they don't. If you don't switch the screen, yeah.
Okay. Can you guys manually do that on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Normally, I think I did it differently today. Normally, I stop the screen share and I start the screen share when I'm showing something. So I think I left them both up there so you guys can swap out. So that's good. Thank you. I was wondering why everybody was quiet. I'm like going on for 5 minutes and nobody was seeing my screen. But all good.
So I have, unless somebody else has a question, I was going to ask about the webinar last night.
Yep.
I guess you were on there, or
I was.
okay. So two-part question. One, is there anything that jumped off the page to you that was innovative or interesting, or that would impact what we're doing? There was part of the opening I was a little bit confused about, but I don't know if you heard where I jumped in and asked the question with Jason, and it's kind of cool. I was never able to understand it. I don't know if this would be valuable to other people, but like if you look at my website, you don't have to log into the admin. But if you just go to podcastersdirectory.com, I made a pretty big game changer that I didn't know really how to go about doing it or if it could be done. And I don't know that maybe directory owners know that this is an option, but to be able to put I created that as a page, but I didn't know how to put it on my homepage, because the homepage by default has, the slider up there or content, and all the widgets you can put in there. Yeah, you scroll down, I put blog posting, I put events and members defaults, but I didn't know
do
you
that real quick. So
that was really cool.
Yeah. So just realize everything on your site is you can turn on or off pretty easily. So we'll just go into you go in the settings and design settings in here for your particular site. And once it comes up, you're going to want to go to the homepage settings on the second tab there to turn stuff on or off for the particular site. But those are for the sections. But if you go to the actual website design here and you go to the main design, you can change the colors on here, change all that stuff, and change the colors, right? But this is just the design. If you go to the actual homepage, you can actually go to the different section settings. We'll get to this in a second on where to turn that on or off for different content sections. But right here, you have the hero background image. So what he did for his site is, see how it says display background image, display hero section on mobile. You can actually turn that off on mobile. You can hide the background image, and you can change basically all the stuff that is showing. And you can change the actual call to action or whatever there, and change the search box items and the hero text as well, and basically turn stuff on or off. And so inside of those different section settings, you can obviously change different content in the font, but in here on the actual sections, you can turn them off, right? Just holistically, not just on mobile for showing different things, the hero sections, you can actually turn that off. So if you have the hero divider on your site, you can actually turn that to no. You can turn off any individual sections. And then what happens is when you turn everything off in your particular site, you can then start with your custom homepage content. And so there's a couple different ways to get to that. What you can do is, I think I had the hero divider there. I just want to make sure what I have. Let me just do this one. Let's pretend this is my section 1, right? If you have it started with the custom homepage content, once you save it, there should be a button here to edit that. But let me just save here real quick. Okay, I thought it came up with the edit settings there. Maybe it didn't. But if you refresh, it may have that. I thought I saw that in the webinar yesterday. Maybe they added it in there. I just don't have that update. But there really be edit settings there. But once you add the custom homepage content in there, where you need to go is go to your My Content and Web Page Builder. And inside of that, so it'll either open up with that edit settings, or you'll need to go into that particular section there to get to this. It's always at the top. Usually it'll say homepage. And whatever is in that content block is what's going to show, in that custom homepage setting in here. So if everything else is turned off, like all the hero sections are turned off, and that is the first one that's in your content to display, whatever you have in this page is going to show up first. So all you want to do is click edit in there. And so this is where Rich has his content built out, right? So all of this stuff here, and this menu, and this video, and this content here, all of that stuff is in the custom content page. And so whatever you add in there is going to show up in there. You notice I have a testimonial widget in there because mine is further on down the page normally. So I have that widget in there. But for him, he's going to maybe have those other widgets in here or some other content or whatever. And then you save that. And then after that, you can have other widgets in there just like you normally would. So he's got the articles with sidebar, and then the featured members, etc., and then events. And then that is just going to be the next sections, right? So it's your streaming articles with sidebar, streaming videos, streaming events, or whatever. And it's just going to go in that order, right? So if your custom homepage content's on the top, you can do that. So to Rich's point, you don't always have to start out with the image and the banner and the search up there. You can turn that off and then just have start out with that custom page content. So that's what they kind of went over in the webinar yesterday.
Yeah, and Ryan, if you want to see it side by side, or can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to see it side by side, leave the page that you opened for Podcasters Directory.
Okay.
Leave that and pull up another tab and go to Podcasters Directory, because I changed it while you were talking. I changed it back.
Great. So I like this interactive webinars. That's good. All right. So
if you go to the top
now,
of the page,
okay. So now he
at the very top,
he changed what was up there. Did you just delete it, or did you move it to the bottom?
I just put in a random kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to his point, maybe you don't want that bar. Maybe you don't want the little 1, 2, 3. Maybe you want to start out with the why join, right? The join offer stuff. So you kind of talk about that and have a video over here. Maybe that's what your preference is right off the bat when they come to your main page. And, maybe if it's a niche site about a particular topic, maybe you just lead in with recent blog articles and maybe have some other content and a custom sidebar here that adds some other stuff. But maybe you just lead off with articles. Maybe it's a membership site. And so it's for we have somebody I think was doing membership for soccer or something overseas. There's a membership club page, right? So maybe it literally just goes with your title, and then it's the club page, and here's just all the members of the club, where you can go interact with members of the club, or et cetera, right? So you can cater what you want at the top of your directory.
Yeah, if you refresh it one more time, I updated. Just hit refresh again. And I did the hero section over the top, and I knew you could do that within the home page of all of the kind of the inserts, as far as featured members, as far as blogs, as far as hero section. But what I didn't know is that you can kind of create a page and then make the top of your page. Now if you bounce the original one, so you can bounce back and forth to the original podcaster directory that you opened without refresh. Yeah, there it is. So I created that as a page, and I was trying to direct people there with, click here or create a free account or learn more or pricing. But that's not the first thing that they would see. They'd have to, in order to get to steps 1, 2, and 3, which was my call to action, I'd have to have them click on a menu bar. But now, since I created that page, I just copied that content, and now it's on my top of my page. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't know that was a
you
feature.
could turn all this stuff off and put those 3 steps right here, and it's on the header of every page, right?
Right.
You could also, this is a widget. So let's say you use these 3 things. Let's say this was your step 1, step 2, step 3. This is basically like this, right? Everybody could just do that of their own accord with the thing that's already there. This is a widget. You can add that to the top of any page that you wanted just by putting that widget code, and it will put that on any other landing page too. So,
yeah, I knew that, but I wanted to kind of create a landing page, if you will, with customized content that I could kind of control rather than like just feature one of the default settings for featured members or for blogs or for videos or whatever, or for events. I wanted to have a page. So now I put it back to the original or my new settings. If you hit refresh, I already updated it back to the step 1, 2, 3. But
no, it's good. That reminds me of something else on here as well. Let me close this. Let me save changes. Something else on here you're talking about. It looked like it was just, every time you refresh the page, it had something new. On these widgets as well, you're going to do split testing as well. So let's say I have a spin to win and I want to do an A/B split test. You can actually do a new variation of that particular widget type, and then it will rotate the different types or different views of that, so you can kind of see which one's working better inside of your site. They kind of do split testing in there as well. So that just reminded me of that.
So here's a quick follow-up question to that, and I think you already covered this in another webinar. So, but I got to refresh my memory and go back and look at it. But now that I've customized the home page to a first-time visitor, step 1, what is it? Create an account. Step 2, log in, and step 3, request a booking. Now, I'm going to have to get a refresher or whatever, but I know that you talked about it before. There's a way to change it so that once you've signed up and you're logged into your account, that's no longer going to be the home page visual, right? You can change.
No, you change. There's 2 things you can change in a membership level. I'll show you guys where that's at real quick. If you guys go into your finance and membership plans, there's 2 links that you can change in there for a membership level. They're both redirect links. And let me just go to
that's
this
only
one.
That's only the redirect.
Yeah, it's only redirect.
Okay.
It's after they sign up. And it's right in the signups and upgrades. There's going to be 2 links. It's after they sign up, it'll go to this page, and then it's a redirect page after login that'll send them to a specific page. So it's either sign up or login, but they have to do something. It doesn't change your home page. It's only the redirect after they log in.
So is there a way you can change the visitor experience so the visitor would only see that, kind of reverse engineer it?
Well, I know in theory, you would link to a page, so they kind of go to that splash page or whatever, and that only shows up when they go there the first time, right?
How would you do that?
Or you could do, again, otherwise you need something like this where you add a content block in there, right? Uh-huh. And let me just go find a content block here. There's the one with so this one, let's say you add the content block in here, and it's only going to show to the people that have only been there once, or if after you've been to the site for 5 times, it just goes away. It just doesn't load it anymore. It will just go straight to here.
Yeah, that'd be a situation, because I had one member a while back. He was saying on his cell phone, it's like, "Hey, I joined. I'm already a member. Why do I keep seeing all these, offers to join or whatever,
Yeah. So here's a couple other things you can do inside of BD as well. You can change the menu for people that are logged in or not logged in. So
that's
show everybody how to do that real quick. In the design settings, you can now set one menu for people that are logged in and another menu for people that are not logged in. And so what you would need to do is basically clone your menu and anything that I'll have to get to the setting here on what you have to name it as, but just give me a second.
How do you clone your main menu?
Yeah, I'll show you that in a second as well. So on here in the general, it has the main menu design. And if you guys open that up, it has a new option that says public visitor main menu and logged in member main menu. And on the pop-up here, it says only menus that include main menu in their name will appear as options. So all you have to do is, obviously, you have to make the menu first and then come pick it here in the settings. So we'll assume that you already made the menu here. You would grab it and just, it'd have a different menu in there. You'd select a different one for the logged in. So go to your toolbox and menu manager. And hey, guys, this will be the last thing for today. And I'll shut it down here since we're at our 2 hours. What you want to do is go to your header main menu, literally just go clone.
Okay.
And then it's already going to have that in there. It's going to have the main menu
Right.
already in the name. It's just going to say header main menu clone. And remember, main menu is the keywords there. So if you click edit, you can just rename it as
Visitor
go to
or member.
actions, edit menu. Just say main menu or logged in, right? And then save and continue. And then now that I have there, again, you don't have to rename it if you don't want to. If you just know that's what it is. Obviously, you can change the variable as well, so you can kind of get rid of the number. But now it says main menu logged in. So if I go back to the design settings on that main menu, that new main menu clone that I made is now going to be in there. So a couple things that allows you to do. We have users that have we've set that up for. Let's say you have training or maybe links to their account features or sub account items that you don't want people that are not logged in don't even care.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't even care about any of the other stuff like sign up now or whatever. So now here in my logged in main member, now I have a main menu logged in. And now when I save that, that's going to be a different menu than if I'm not logged in. And so the downside of that, though, is just real. And this has caught a couple clients recently as we started doing that. You have to change things twice. So if you're like, I thought I got rid of that membership marketplace menu item. Well, you did on the main menu, but you're logged in right now. You forgot to delete it on the other one. So let me see if I know she's got one on there. Let me see if I'm logged in.
Yeah, because that'd be cool. Because like on mine, it has pricing. Once you've joined, you don't need to see pricing again, and it also has free account and all that stuff. So
yeah, they don't care about that, right? Because they're already logged in.
Exactly. That's
okay,
cool.
So let me do this one real quick. I'm going to show you this one just to kind of show you guys what it could do. So you notice on this one, it just says about body sugaring resources, whatever. There's just 4 items right here, right?
Right.
So let me go. Yeah, go ahead.
Because you're a visitor at that point.
Yeah, because I'm a visitor, right? I'm not logged in, right? It's asking me to log in. Now I'm gonna go log in real quick on somebody on her site real quick. And the
only thing you can't do is change the content on the main page, on the home page.
Yeah, correct. So I'm going to log in as a member here. All right. See now I have 5. Yeah. So now I have a training
and drop
tab,
down,
right? Because I'm logged in. Now I get all their training. So that's just a couple things that you can do there, but the menu is only going to be able to do that. So they did mention this on the webinar last night that they're going to start doing that with other sections as well. So they're going to open it up with the menu, the header menu, that you can have a different header menu if you're logged in, not logged in. So potentially they're going to open it up to other items as well, where you'll be able to see different segments based on whether you're logged in or not. But that unfortunately right now is not one of them for the header. You can change. You can change if they're logged in where stuff does not show on your website, but they're still going to see it before they log in.
Right.
So, for example, we could set this up where it basically has a script like if they're logged in, they don't see that. If they're not logged in, they're going to see that. But as soon as they log in and go to the homepage when they're logged in, that would all disappear.
Well, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
So you can definitely do that. It takes some customization, but I can set that up for you. But there is a variable that you can just say whether they're logged in or not. And so you can actually show other content. If they are logged in, they don't see this, but they see next steps. Like now that you've joined, whatever, you can then show logged in, not logged in stuff. You can also show stuff for particular membership levels, or vice other membership levels. So you could say, now that you're a premium member, blah, 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 or since you're only a guest member, there's still more. Click here to log in, and they only see that if they're a certain other membership level. So,
yeah, if they're a member, it might show instead of step 1, 2, 3, here's 3 add-on features. Upload a video or promote your event or whatever, or for like resources, it could talk about promoting and selling versus booking. Yes, but because I think that you talked about this in a previous webinar, so I may have you do that for us because that sounds like a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, it's a little bit of coding. All right,
cool.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll stop the recording here for today. Again, just thanks for joining us again.
Ryan, just a quick question. I missed.
Yeah, go ahead.
I missed the beginning of the webinar. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This plugin you were talking about, the engagement one. In what way it's going to be available?
When?
Yeah, I missed the beginning. So is it available already, or we have to sign up for it somehow?
Yeah, it's going to be part of the upcoming membership level for Directory Toolkit. If anybody wants to sign up at the cheaper rate there, it is going to go up once I do that. But you can do that. Otherwise, if you just want to test it out and see what it can do or whatever, just send me an email to support@directorytoolkit.com, and I'll get you set up with an account this week once I get it done finishing it up. But it will be available there and on directoryengage.com. Once
and is it going to be a plugin in BD, or is it going to be something separate somewhere?
No, it's just a different software that you basically add to a div code or a script to your BD site to add additional functionality.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pop this email to you. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yeah, no problem, Olga. So again, this will be, Olga mentioned that she missed the first part. So again, if you guys missed anything, it's going to be up on directoryvideos.com along with all the replays. So go ahead and go there and click the like and subscribe button for the channel. And this one I actually did record, unlike last week. So again, this will be up there for your guys viewing whenever you guys can get there. And again,